However, the past 15 years under the government led by autocratic Sheikh Hasina were deeply challenging. NOAB faced repeated attacks, including direct hate speech from Sheikh Hasina herself, as well as systemic repression through laws such as the Digital Security Act. During this time, the newspaper industry, despite being a fundamental pillar of democracy, received no significant support or incentives. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, incentives, the media was left behind. When other sectors received financial support or incentives, the media was left behind. I write to the Principal Secretary, the Finance Advisor, then Finance Minister, the Governor, but we didn't receive any reply or any sympathy from them. Moreover, last 3 years, the fallen Hasina regime remained unresponsive to our repeated request for payment of outstanding advertising dues. After fall of Sheikh Hasina, we have reached out to the interim government. We are yet to see any meaningful action. Today, our industry faces additional threats: declining circulation, reduced revenues, and rising production cost due to inflation. Print journalism is under severe pressure. Duties, VAT, and corporate tax have become major obstacle to the growth of this industry. In such a context, substantial reforms are needed in the application of tariff and tax policies in the newspaper sector. There have also been long-standing misunderstandings between NOAB and the government regarding the implementation of the wage board. Let me clarify again, NOAB is not against journalist welfare. The problem lies in structural conflicts. The structure of the wage board conflicts with the rules of business of the government. Out of 45 industrial sectors in the country, 43 fall under the Ministry of Labour. Only the newspaper industry is under the Ministry of Information. This discrepancy has led to continued legal conflict. Currently pending in the High Court, we do welcome Bangladesh's recent rise in the World Press Freedom Index, moving up 16 places to 149. But we also caution that we remain in the red zone. During Sheikh Hasina tenure, the Digital Security Act was used to stifle journalistic voices, while the current government has replaced it with the Cyber Security Act. Serious concerns remain. NOAB strongly urges that all repressive laws enacted during authoritarian rule be repealed. NOAB urges the full repeal of repressive laws and moratorium on any new legislation that may stifle free expression. As we mark this 20-year milestone, let us recommit ourselves to a future where journalism thrives in freedom, integrity, and safety. I thank all of you for your presence, your resilience, and your continued commitment to the values of journalism. Together, let us continue to fight for a free press, for the truth, and for justice. Before I conclude, I would like to draw attention our chief guest, as well as my colleague and diplomats. Though it is personal, but how the way we have been treated, we want to, most of you doesn't know. Being an entrepreneur, being a journalist, always government, whoever comes to the government, they feel our opposite. They treat us as their enemy. Always they like what they say. We must print that. Our founder president, Mahbub Anam, he suffered a lot. I give an example. 64 districts, so many 170 cases, so far I remember, he had to face these, warrant against or summon against him, and he had to face the consequences. Pratham Alo editor, Motiur Rahman, he was murderer. He files a murder case filed against him. He was asked to, Simin Rahman is here. We used to share each other. He was forced to sell he was asked to sell the Pratham Alo to somebody else. Samokal lost 2 journalists. One journalist, Gautam Das from Faridpur, 2005, he published corruption news against the then government. And another journalist, Shumon from Tejgaon, 2017, he was shot by the Mayor Miru of Tejgaon. Publicly he was shot, but nothing happened. I lost my journalist, but Miru is alive, untouched. This lot of, another example I said, when 6 Islamic bank was, money laundering was taking place. One gentleman, everybody knows his name, from Tejgaon, one branch, he has taken 4,000 crore taka without any sanction. Not from the branch, even head office doesn't know. After 1 year, Bangladesh Bank investigated the report, and that report Samokal supposed to publish. Then this gentleman called me. I told, I am out of Dhaka, I cannot hear your voice. When I will reach Dhaka, I will talk to you. I came to Dhaka, I didn't call him back. He called me a couple of times. From that night, very important place, I don't want to mention, still I scared to mention their name. Whole night keep on calling me. At 4 a.m. at night, I sent a text. Can I call you back? Yes. I am wake up. Please withdraw the message from the online. And after that consequence, then my house was demolished by the bulldozer, and my family members, my spouse, my daughters was forced to leave the house. Other than they threatened they will be arrested if they don't vacate the house. That was my fault. That is journalism. That's why we are surviving. I would like, why I am mentioning that I want to remind our chief guest. He is in government now, and he is going to hand over a political, after a neutral, free, fair election, he will hand over the power to the elected government. The next government, how they will treat us, that depends on us. Let's amend the constitution or freedom of press, then we should not suffer like previous hot example I raised in front of you. Thank you all. Thank you.